artistic arts, we harness energy and shape reality. We travel great distances in an instant.
How do I get from here to there?
How did you become a doctor?
Study and practice, years of it.
To start from the beginning, you were a fan of the comics. How do you ended up directing and writing the film?
Well, I had to get the job, you know. I had to impress Marvel with my vision of the movie and demonstrate to them the kind of movie that I would make, which I did and did the best that I could. And they recognized, I think, both my passion and the originality of how I would make this into a movie.
You came from doing horror movies mainly. This was really different, more challenging, or it was similar?
It's similar in that you're dealing with very realistic characters who are moving into a very fantastical world. So I felt that my previous work played into Doctor Strange significantly. I think it's one of the main reasons I was hired also, because all of my work has had one foot in the real world and one foot in the supernatural world. But it was a much larger canvas, obviously, and a lot more innovation. You know, there was a lot of things in this movie that I was trying to do that had just simply not been done before. And when it comes to horror films, I was always playing with the genre and trying to play with the genre in ways that were unique, but it wasn't like I was doing things cinematographically that had never been done before, and I did on this movie.
Organizing everything for the effects later was like difficult, or do you have like a plan from the beginning?
You have to plan every single shot of scenes like that. I mean, every shot, the detail of every shot has to be worked out, because otherwise you can't make it. You can't just figure it out as you go. So there was a lot of preparation that went into each one of those scenes, and figuring out shot by shot how they were going to work, and then shot by shot how we would shoot them. Sometimes we would shoot them in all green screen environments. Sometimes it would be on the streets of New York. Sometimes it would be on a stage with constructed sets. It was different for every single shot, you know, that's how these big movies get made. You have to break it down. You have to eat an elephant one bite at a time, you know.
It caught my attention that you decided to start the film with an action scene.
Yeah.
And I think the movie works because of that, because you get a little bit of action and then you move from there to telling what's happened to Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
You thought of that like in the first moment, or that was something that you...
Well, as we developed the script, I felt like we had made a good choice in taking our time to really develop the character of Doctor Strange, and I thought it was really dramatic, and there was some bursts of action in there. The car crash is an action, certainly what we call the Magic Mystery Tour, when the Ancient One sends him on this mind trip. But those are short scenes, and the bigger action doesn't start until the second half of the movie, and I felt that the audience needed to have a big mind-bending scene to open the movie with without explaining it. Just to throw them in the middle of it, let them watch it. It's a promise of things to come, and that strategy seemed to have worked.
Yeah, it really works.
Yeah.
You were part of the casting process also, because
yeah.
I've heard there was like, you wanted Benedict really bad, and he couldn't done the job because he was doing a lot of other things like Hamlet or Sherlock.
Yeah, and I flew from LA to meet with him, and he wanted to do the movie, but he was committed to do Hamlet, and we were a summer release movie, and so I went back to the States and met with a lot of other actors, and then I went to Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, and I said, it's got to be Benedict. And he said, okay, we'll push the release date. And we moved it from a summer release to a fall release so that we could get him, and thank God we did.
So you said, make it happen.
Well, no, I just told him that I didn't think anybody else was going to be able to deliver what he would deliver. I mean, we were talking to very good actors, but they weren't right for the role in the way that Benedict was right for the role. And when you see the movie, you won't be able to name another actor who could have done a better job than him. This was his role. He was perfect for it.
There's a strength to him.
But is he ready? Be careful which path you travel down, Strange. Stronger men than you have lost their way. I am death. In pain. You'll die protecting this world.
I can't do this.
There is no other way.